You guys know I'm doing that giveaway. Yes, I brought out the giveaway Glock 45 out to the range. Go on ahead after this video, check the description. I have a link to the original giveaway video. It tells you how to enter so you can win this guy right here. I do have that Olight C on top and also that PLX at the front there. So, woo! Hey fam, it's Miaris TV and I am back with another banger of a video. Let's go, let's go. And as you guys can see from the title, it's time. I promised you guys this video and now I'm delivering. Yes, so this is my 2026 gun collection. No, not my gun collection in 2026. This is every single gun that I purchased in 2026. Currently, it is May 9th, guys. So since January 1st of 2026, I've purchased 54 guns. 54 guns and strip lowers. Yes, 54 of them, guys. You know, when people say 2 guns are better than 1, I guess Miaris TV says 54 guns is better than 1 because damn! Damn! I'm in financial ruin because of these 54 guns. Oh man, guys, and I'm not even gonna lie. For what I spent on this thing over here, I could have got me like a nice car. I mean, hey, you know, you work. What's the purpose of working if you can't, you know, spend your pennies on things that you like, right? Here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna start from, in no particular order. Of course, I'm gonna start with the handguns, and I'm just gonna go from like the smaller caliber all the way up from there. So let's go on ahead and get this going here. And guys, real quick disclaimer: if you guys know somebody that suffers from addiction, that's addicted to anything to do with the 2A space, go on ahead and comment down below, needs help. And of course, guys, because we're going to be handling firearms, you know we have to do our little YouTube bit. First and foremost, there is no ammo in this room or in any of the guns you're going to be seeing today. Everything is clear and unloaded. So every single firearm featured in this video today was handled in a safe, controlled environment. This is not to promote the sales of any firearm or the modifications of any firearm. And as always, these videos are just for entertainment purposes only. So go on ahead and kick back, relax, get your popcorn ready, because your boy done dropped another banger. Enjoy. And by the way, guys, it's going to be 2 parts to this, okay? 2 parts to this, too long, but go on ahead and enjoy the pistols. Up first, guys, is that Kel-Tec P17. Yes, and I got that Spikes Tactical Buckwheat on the front of it there, guys. I don't know if you guys recently saw the video I put out on this guy, but this thing is nice and quiet, man. Yes, so up first, that Kel-Tec P17, chambered in 22. And then from there, we're going to this guy over here. Is the Ruger Security 380. Man, this one I shot the range day where I took my mom out for her range day. This was one of the ones she shot, and I basically got this one for when I take her to the range because it's 380, not as violent as a round as like a 9 or a 40 or a 45. But needless to say, she didn't enjoy it. So yeah, so end up picking up this Ruger Security 80 this year. And from there, we're going to another 380. And this one's the most popular one. It might be the most popular 380. You guys probably already know what it is. It's that Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. And man, I don't know what kind of voodoo Smith & Wesson did to this gun, but as small as it is, it feels like a big gun still, and it shoots like a big gun. It's like they took a regular size gun and then they shrunk it to scale perfectly, and somehow it fits your hand. I picked up that Smith & Wesson Bodyguard, and this is number 3 for the year. coming into the year, I owned one revolver and it was a 22. And I ended up picking up this right here. Yes, that Taurus Judge, man. This one right here shoots 45 Colt and also 410 shells. Recently, I did my Taurus range day. If you guys haven't seen that video, go on ahead and check it out. I do post daily for the most part. And, you know, I keep them bangers coming, guys. So I ended up picking this guy over here, and those 410s ain't no joke. I haven't shot the 45 Colt through this thing here because they're just so expensive. All the ones I see are either $1.50 or $2. And I ain't about to spend that much money for no damn ammo. But yeah, this is number 4 for the year. Picked up that Taurus Judge. And keeping it in the Taurus family, also featured in the channel recently on that Taurus range day. Ended up picking up that G3C right here. Man, this thing does shoot nice. And recently I found out that this thing is the same footprint as a Glock 45. So I don't know, guys. You guys want to see a range day where I put this guy up against one of the Glock 45s? Go on ahead and comment down below G3 and I might make it happen. Yeah, and I know I still have the tag on it. So for whatever reason, I decided that I'm going to keep this thing on as long as possible over here. Just because, guys. Just because. But yeah, this was number 5 for the year right here. And it's that Taurus G3. This one right here is a clone. You guys probably know it's an all metal gun. Shout out to the homie Wilford over at On Guard Armory because I picked this thing up from him. This is the Taurus PT92, which is basically a Beretta M92 clone. From what I hear, Beretta had a factory over there. They closed it down and Taurus them moved in, and they had all of the old tooling. So as you can see, this is not your normal PT92. I got some work done by Joe over at Proof Mark Industries, man. He did this little tiger striping laser job on there and it just looks really nice, guys. Let me know down in the comments, how do you guys like that? And also, I need to change these grips right here, man. What color should I do to go with this new little theme that it had? And the reason I went with this right here is because this was rough. When I got it from Wilfred, it was a pretty good deal, but it was a little beat, but it does shoot nice. Yeah, so this is number 6 for the year. And guys, this next one right here is actually the real thing. That was the clone. This is the Beretta M92 right here. Now, I shot my first Beretta M92 this year. My homie Victor, we went out to the range and he has his Beretta. I shot it, I fell in love, and I was looking for one. And a few days after that, that's when I ended up with that PT92. And a few days after picking up that PT92, I ended up with this guy right here. So yeah, now I'm looking for something that's threaded and maybe optic ready. But yeah, this is number 7 for the year right here, and that was that Beretta M92. And this next one right here is also a metal frame. I know you hear that thing right there. I ended up with this one because when I was doing my 2,000 subscriber giveaway, I was checking my subscribers, went on there. Guess what my subscriber count was? It said 1911. So in my head, I said I need to get a 1911. And I did. I ended up picking up this MC 1911 Untouchable by Gerson right there. And I don't know if you guys can see that. Did you peep that yet? This thing has like a black camo on here. You see that? Woo, woo, woo. Yeah. And then it has the honeycomb grips right there. Man, when I saw this thing, I fell in love with it, man. I fell in love with it. So yeah, picked up that Gerson Untouchable. And this next one over here was just a kind of like an impulse buy. PSA, you know, they're always sending out their little email blasts. This thing here was on their email blast for about 2 or 3 weeks. And then when they dropped the price, I went on ahead and jumped on it. This is that Thesis PX9 carry. This is the Raptor, and it has that big, chunky port right there. Yes, yes, yes. This thing, really nice feel. Nice trigger, guys. Nice trigger. I haven't taken this thing to the range, but I have shot it. When I first got it, I happened to go over to Spike's Tactical, and I let the homie John shoot it. And I mean, it shoots pretty nice. It's not too snappy, but it's still a nice shooter. But that trigger is really nice, man. And last year, one of the true gems of last year was a PX9 that I picked up, but that was the duty, and it's a threaded one. That thing shoots so nice, man. That triggers are even nicer, man. Yeah, so this is number 9 for the year right here. It is that Thesis PX9 carry. This next one right here is a brand that I thought I would never own. You know, they've been buzzing a lot because his older brother is a crash out, guys. His older brother just be going off for no reason. You guys already know what it is. Ended up picking up that SIG P365 fuse right here. And on here, I do have a slide combo, and it's from Fedez FDEZ Works. I don't know how to say their name, guys. It's either FDEZ Works or Fedez Works. But this thing's pretty nice right here, and I picked this thing up. One of the subscribers hit me up and said, hey, I have some stuff for sale. And I said, okay, send it. I Zelled him. He sent them out to me. And this was one of the things he sent me. Now, this thing's pretty cool because it is ported. It does have like the little 3 ports right here. And as you can see, they gradually get bigger. I don't know if you can see that. So this one's smaller, then gets a little bit bigger, and then a little bit bigger. And at the very front, they just say, go on ahead and give them the whole thing over there. They open up the ports. But this thing shoots pretty flat, and I still do have the regular slide for this one over here. But man, this thing shoots so nice that I just left it on. But yeah, this is that P365 fuse right here, and that trigger. Whoo! It's really nice. I mean, it does sound kind of weird, but it's still nice. It's still nice. Yeah, so I picked that guy up right there. And this next one right here, it's one of his brothers. Yeah, so once I picked that guy up, I finally understood what the big deal was about these P365. So, you know, I had to go on ahead and get that X macro right there. This one right here does have the ported comped slide right there. We do have that Romeo X enclosed emitter, and I also have that Streamlight 7X sub right there. This thing's pretty nice. Also has that same nice trigger, but it kind of sounds weird, right? Hear that? That thing kind of sounds weird, don't it? Yeah, but I ended up picking that guy up over there, and I'm not gonna lie, I like the fuse a little bit better. This thing's still snappy. It's still snappy, but hey, still nice, guys. It's still nice. I like the texture. I like the feel in hand. Really nice, guys. But yeah, that's number 11 for the year. Now going into one of my favorite brand. This is not really that brand, but it is a clone of it. Is this guy right here, the SET43, but it's actually the SET-SC subcompact. So it's like a Glock 43 clone. And on here, I do have this complete slide that I recently picked up, and it does have 3 little ports there. And this is from Veteran Sales, I believe it is. I'll go on ahead and put it. I'll go on ahead and put the website I picked it up on the screen here. But they're based out of Florida. I didn't even know it. Put this thing together over here, and at first it wasn't running right, but I guess after a few rounds it broke in because I just shot it this past week, and it actually shot pretty good. But yeah, this is the SET-SC, aka Glock 43X clone, and on there I do have this little red dot that was on a Rock Island double stack 1911 that I ended up taking and putting on here. But yeah, that is number 12 for the year right there. And keeping with the theme of Glock clones, this one right here, I am having a little issue with this one over here. So the people over at Grit Grips, reach out to your boy over here because this trigger keeps sticking. But nonetheless, that is the Grit Grips 19 right there. So I ended up getting the complete, frame. It was a complete frame with the trigger, everything you needed. The slide itself is from Desert Cat. And of course, got those V8 ports up there. Really nice. Also featuring my favorite red dot right there, that Olight C. Olight, go on ahead and reach out to your boy. You know, I already own about 20 of your optics, so it don't even matter if you can send me just a handful, guys, just a handful. But nonetheless, I call this one right here the Fire Breather Junior because this one was built based off of my SET-17, which is, you know, the fire breather, Khaleesi's husband. And this is Junior. This is their son right here. That's why it's green. It's kind of has the same aesthetic as his pops over there. But yeah, that is number 13, lucky 13 for the year. Up next is this one right here, which I just recently dropped a video on this guy right here. This is that Glock Store M1X. Also has those V6 ports up there. This is an Armor Ally slide. Of course, aim surplus barrel. I do have a Holosun 507C on there. And man, this thing shoots nice, guys. This thing shoots nice. For the price, it's worth it, guys. It's worth it. Because this thing here, I'm into this guy right here under the price of, you know, of a stock Glock 26. And this thing's really nice, man. This is my Glock 19 Gen 3. Pick this thing up over here. I have it in a MCK chassis over here. Man, does that thing look cool or nah? This one right here is mine's for the time being, but at 7,000 subscribers, I am giving this one away, guys. And yes, it's that giveaway Glock. It's that Glock 45 Gen 5. Again, got that Olight C over there, my favorite red dot. Also, I put in that Olight PLX, which is my favorite Olight. This one right here is used. The one that's going to be included with this gun is going to be brand new in the box. So you're going to get to take it out of the box and put it on yourself. For right now, I have my PLX on there. So it's the giveaway gun. And if you guys haven't entered on this thing over here after this video, check the description. There's a link to the giveaway video. All right, and keeping with the Glocks over here, I went kind of crazy this year with the Glocks. Coming into the year, I wasn't even sure that I was going to pick up a Glock Gen 6. There was a lot of talk. Then they had that big press day where they took all the influencers over to Georgia and they got to shoot it. And I got really obsessed with them guys. But nonetheless, I picked up that Glock 19 Gen 6. And of course, you're going to see a theme here, guys. Got my favorite Olight C on there. And yeah, people over here, they hate Glocks, man. But I love them. And I love me the Glock Gen 6, man. They really did their thing with the Glock Gen 6. And if you guys haven't shot one yet, you know, if you're in the area, hit your boy up. We might can meet at Aries. I might let you shoot it. Right there is that Glock 19 Gen 6. And like I said, came into the year really fiending for them Gen 6s over there. So ended up picking up that Glock 17 Gen 6. Really nice, the full size. And, you know, of course, that grip texture, everything the same. But, you know, this is the big boy right here. You know, that Glock 17. I'm a 17 guy. That's why the SET 17 is one of my favorites. But yeah, ended up picking up this guy right here, that Glock 17 Gen 6. And finishing out the Glocks. Can you guess what's next? Yeah, you got it. That Glock 45 Gen 6 right there. But this one right here, the optic kind of changed over here. We got that big old stupid window optic on there, man. And I should have turned this thing off. Let me turn it off. Can we turn it off? There we go. Yeah, so I got that that Vortex Defender on there. And I got that Ramjet on here. But this is that Forbidden Ramjet. This is the one that if it's loaded, you better not drop it. Because, yeah, that's that Gen 5 Ramjet on the Gen 6. Only difference is that that Gen 6 barrel has a notch in there that makes it drop safe. This Gen 5 doesn't have that same notch. But, you know, when I got this thing, Radiant was basically saying that they will work for the Gen 6. So I ended up getting them. So Radiant, if you want to reach out to your boy, get me right. If not, hey, these are just range toys. Now, this next one is one that I always wanted ever since it came out. All the cool people had them. They were shooting them. They were loving them. But yeah, it's that Canik Mete MC9 Prime right there. Man, so I finally ended up getting this thing this year, and I really do like the way it shoots. Really nice. Everybody knows Canik has some of the best triggers around. Man, can't go wrong with a Canik over there. And of course, your boy is a budget guy over here. I ran into these CV Life Wild Hawk, their RMSC enclosed emitter optics, and they run really good. I ended up buying one, went back. I think I ended up picking up another 3. So I think I own 4 or 5 of these maybe. But yeah, ended up picking up this Canik MC9 Prime. And keeping with the Canics, as you can hear, that one right there might be a metal frame. Yes, it's a steel frame. It's that Canik SFX Rival S. So it's a steel. I do have the regular polymer Rival, and got the steel over here. Picked this up from the homie Antonio for a steel, guys. We do have the Viridian RFX 35 on there. I'm not really a big fan of this optic, but nonetheless, it came with the gun. So yeah, that is the SFX Rival. And then following it up, it is the Canik that everybody wants, man. When this thing dropped, it had all a gun tube in a chokehold, and that is that Canik TTI Combat right there. It's a Terran Tactical that they did with him. This is a nice looking gun right here. Shoots really nice. Of course, you know, it's a Canik. Has that nice little compensator there in the front. And the grip, the feel, really nice. All the controls really nice. And this one also has that Viridian RFX 35. I really don't like it. I might go on ahead and change it. All right. And this one right here, I picked up maybe 2 months ago. I've taken it to the range, you know, like once or twice, and I forget about this guy over here. This is one of the bad things about having so many guns, because you forget about it. And that is my Live Free Armory Apollo. This is their 5-inch right here. And it's a nice shooter, guys. It's a nice shooter. When this thing first came out, it was on my radar. A lot of people were posting a lot of bad things about it. But this thing shoots really nice, and it's American made, guys. American made. And Live Free Armories is here in my home state of Florida. But yeah, really nice. I know that this thing over here, people complain about this 3D printed grip module, and with the the fish scale type. It's not bad, not bad. It does feel like, you know, like premium cardboard. I'm not gonna lie, it does. That's what it does feel like. But it still has a good grip texture to it. It's not slipping or anything like that, but that trigger though. Woo! That reset. That might be one of the best triggers in the collection, but nonetheless, that is the Live Free Armory Apollo, and that was 22 for the year. Up next is the first 1911 brand that I ended up picking up last year. And this thing right here is one of the, it's I think that this is the undisputed budget 2011 king right here. You know, let me know down in the comments, is it? And it's that Mac 9 DS right there. And this is the one with that big chunky port on it, man. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this thing shoots so flat. And I did change the spring out. On here right now, it's currently a 9-pound spring. Let me know, is that too light? I don't know. But it does feel really nice. It racks really nice. When I first got it, I'm not going to lie, that was a little grainy. But you know, I done put maybe like 500-600 rounds through this guy over here, so it's smoothed out a lot. And it, you know, it's really nice. The only thing I don't really like is that trigger. That trigger feels a little weird. It's probably like the heaviest trigger in my whole 1911 collection. But yeah. But you know, we'll shoot it out. We'll shoot it out. Or who knows? Might do some work to it. And that is that Mac 9 DS. And from there, we go into a gun from the homies over at Fusion Firearms. This is that XF Pro. And man, it's like a Glock style, but not really a Glock. The only thing Glock in here, I think, is the firing pin and the barrel. But nonetheless, all metal frame. This thing feels nice. Man, trigger. Whoo! Ain't too bad, man. It's like an upgraded Glock trigger, man. And on there, I got that call also from Fusion Firearms. This is called that circular ASS window right there. But yeah, this guy right here, really nice, man, really nice. And of course, we got that threaded barrel right there. So, you know, I can go on ahead and thread that shiv on there and get some suppressed shooting. Yeah, and that is the Fusion Firearms XF Pro. And from that one, we go into its bigger brother right there. Woo! 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 And this thing recently I went to the range and it took the title as the #1 pistol in the collection right there. And it's that XP Pro Comp from Fusion, man. This thing's really nice, guys. Has that built-in gas pedal on both sides. Man, the grip on this thing is freaking nice, man. It is nice. And this thing shoots so flat and it's so buttery smooth. So buttery smooth, man. On that thing right there, I also do have that BAW from Fusion, and that stands for that big ASS window, because man, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's a big window, man. It's a big window. And when I'm shooting this thing, that dot does not leave. Man, this thing's really soft shooting. I'm sure you guys have been seeing this thing a lot, and it is one of, I'm not even gonna lie, it's the top 2011, 1911 in the collection. And that is that XP Pro Comp from Fusion. And from there, we're going into a gun that I thought I would never own, man. I thought I would never own. I thought people that owned this gun over here just was, you know, had their nose up in the air over here, and they didn't talk to anybody. And anybody that didn't have this gun was a peasant. And then I ended up getting one. You know, shout out to the homie Chris over at All American Pawn. He gave me a smoking deal on this gun over here. But it's that Staccato P right there. And this one, before I owned it, I actually shot this thing. One of the homies brought this thing out to the range. I met him out there. It was Jason. Shout out to you, Jason. But this was actually belonged to his son. And I put this thing up against my Mac DS, the non-ported, the original one. And when I shot this thing, the first mag, I had 2 malfunctions. Man, I was talking so much crap. And little did you know, the original owner saw that video and was so pissed off that he sold it to Chris, and he ended up going to pick up a Watchtower Apache just like his pops. And when Chris called me about this thing, I said, go on ahead and bag it up, man. I just had to have it just because. But not a bad shooter. I also changed the spring out to this one right here. I put a 7-pound spring. Let me know, man. Is that too light? I don't know. That's the Staccato P. And guys, we're going to call it right there because we're currently at 40-something minutes. So we're definitely going to have a part 2 to this. So that is the pistols. Let me know down in the comments over there, which was your favorite? My favorite, if I had to pick one, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that P17 with that suppressor on there, man, I feel like I'm in one of them Hollywood movies because that thing is Hollywood quiet, man. But if I had to pick one, for sure, you know, that Glock 45 Gen 6, man, with that Radium Ramjet is pretty fun. But again, they're all pretty fun, guys. I can go on ahead and make an excuse and a point of why each and every one of these is my favorite. So yeah, that's it. Let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite. And as always, I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Peace.